I mean, we've seen Crush on both Edith and as well as the Phoveus. How deep does his pockets go?
Looking at what's left in the EXP lane. Hylos is still open, but I'm not a big fan of it here. Terizla has been a little less popular.
It's just about wave clear, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, still going for it.
Okay, alright. I'm expecting an early proxy. Or at the very least, Hylos is going to try and proxy. If he finds any resistance, he's going to go back to lane.
Yeah, having Hylos around does mean that you're able to check both halves of the enemy jungle as well if you want to go for full aggressive movement. So if Homeboys are able to continue with the momentum they had before, RSG could be in trouble. But if they're able to find that discipline, find that key performance, then they can potentially keep themselves in MPLMY.
I mean, generally, they want to do the exact same thing. An early game composition designed to play around Soul's lane, and they're going to gank Bunny as many times as possible after seeing what RSG did to Vamos when Bunny came up online. They're going to play a traditional front-to-back. Rippo just has to buy as much time as possible, but the HOMEBOIS will own this early game.
Well, the Land of Dawn opens up once again as we witness a battle between two long-time MPL mainstays, both sitting at the bottom of the standings. Any points they can claim will go a long way to keeping their journey alive.
All right, let's jump right into it. RSG on the blue side once again, starting with a purple buff start for Ilham. HOMEBOIS on the red side with Amal also starting on his own purple buff.
Will there be the leash to buff Amal onto level 3? Looks like that is the case. So this time, Storm is scouting it out. He does get the reset!
No! Storm's too smart! And Mal, all of his efforts wasted. That's going to be a bit of a delay. Amal, he's not even going to bother with the buff. He's going to go for the smaller camp first, waiting for the cooldowns to get it before he heads to his buff.
It's a slower level 3, not too much slower, but enough to make sure that Ilham will be able to hit his level 3 first, and so he will not be cheesed the same way he was in game 1.
Alright, let's take a quick look at the emblems before we move further than this. Looks like nothing is out of the ordinary. Wilderness Blessing, that's what I'd like to see. Cooldowns and...
That's awkward.
He almost did it again. He almost missed it again.
Yeah, you don't want that. Though it does slow him down a little bit because he has to go back to finish it off. You can see in the EXP lane, Rippo is winning out that 1v1 against Crush like expected. So this gives RSG priority over the bottom half of the map.
Storm also going for Brave Smite and also wants to make sure he can reduce the cooldowns for his battle spells. Expect to see Storm being pretty generous with his wild charge, I would imagine.
Skill 2 from the Phoveus, going to be able to stop the Jawhead's engage, and Izanami actually being poked to and forced to recall back the base in mid lane. A much better early game from RSG.
Very standard early game as well. HOMEBOIS, they do have a little bit of a lead of their own, but honestly not that big of a deal. Wow.
Oh. I'm not too sure if he got caught out unexpectedly there, but 3 members from HOMEBOIS get first blood. This is going to give them advantage for Turtle. Rippo and Storm are both in the area, but so are 4 members of the HOMEBOIS. Izanami not level 4 yet though, so no RWM. Amal secures the Turtle. Not much RSG can do.
They back away. Now that first initial death by Maima actually came from the hands of Mal. He flickered, went for the injector, and they all dived upon him. That's how that first blood occurred.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's why he's got such a long cooldown on his battle spell. That being said though, they gotta start tracking where Ilham is going to show up, because Mal, as much as he wants to invade, they actually do have the resources to make it work.
Yeah, absolutely. It's still anyone's game at this point. That first blood going to the HOMEBOIS is not a big deal for RSG because Ilham is starting to get to the point where he can actually go for ganks and maybe rack up some kills.
I think right now Mal should pretty much disrespect Storm. Oh wait, no, he's level 4. Never mind, take it back.
Yeah.
While he was level 3, he should have absolutely just walked up and man-fought him.
They will zone him out from the gold lane though, so Bunny has to position a bit more defensively.
Wait, isn't Bunny just like straight up dead here if they just like commit? Oh, no. The wild charge could get him out.
Yeah, they instantly shift their focus to the other side of the map instead, though Maima didn't show in the mid lane, so they're just gonna go back to farming.
Gonna be slow-paced game for now. minimal interaction between RSG MY and as well as the Homeboys. Maybe they pass by each other every once in a while in the river, but things have not been looking up. RSG MY still waiting for their item power spike, so you can tell that Rippo is expecting a dive on his side of the map.
He's already prepared for it. The Homeboys are not trying to force anything just yet. Knowing that they don't have nearly as much of a snowball as before, they're gonna take it a little bit more slowly, which is respectful, but oh, the flicker wall charge catches out Izanami in the mid lane. The rest of his team comes to back him up. Izanami gets the shield from RWM, keeps him alive long enough to trade himself for Ilham. Unlucky, but I think Homeboys took more casualties there. Sorry, RSG took more casualties there. Wait, is Stone okay? I mean, he's taking a bit of a beating here by Crush, but now the collapse. Up 3 members, Zaman Force gonna be used. Glorious Pathway blocked off by the wall, but he's still able to walk around it. A lot of resources used by RSG.
Score is about to equalize here, but at least for the side of Homeboys, taking out Ilham. Wait, hold on.
Bye-bye in trouble. A beautiful CC chain, and Crush finishes off the Vexana as Mal gets the ejector on Stone, throws him back into Rippo, stunning both right under the Turtle. Turtle dropping very low right now. Ilham on top of it, but Amal dashes in and steals it away at the last second. Homeboys comes out on top.
I'm telling you, it's really difficult to out-retry a Suyo here, especially when his Soul Sever deals 20% missing.
Bunny in trouble. He doesn't have Purify, but great flicker timing. Uses the Zaman Force to re-engage, do some poke damage, and get out to safety.
It should be alright here, but Storm, I think he needs to back off. They need to sacrifice this tier 1 play on the opposite side of the map.
Amal going to be here. 4 members of Homeboys. Bunny can no longer defend this tower. Will have to give it away to Soul.
They're taking their time with this. I think that Homeboys, they've got the same general concept. May not be as snowbally as it was in the previous game, but at the very least now, they're really calculating the risk and reward.
I do like this. This is growth from the Homeboys right now. We are seeing them play appropriately with the momentum and placement in their game. Looking at the gold lead, still pretty small actually, so RSG are, oh, flicker, wall charge a bit slow, but still able to connect, finds one into the Eternal Guard. Izanami is slain immediately. Crush cannot save him. In fact, Crush himself is in trouble. Glorious Pathway just barely gets him out as the ejector throws Rippo under the tower and gets picked off by Soul.
Fast motions, fast movements from the Homeboys. They still hold their structures, but at the very least, they are trading proactively. While this was happening, at least Bunny was able to get a tower on the top side of the map, or should be able to get a tower on the top side. Yep, he recalculated. Nicely done. Showing presence on the map from the side of Homeboys gave him the confidence to just keep on pushing.
Oh, you gotta find any advantage you can get right now. RSG not actually that behind in the game, but still losing out in terms of overall rotation. Storm taking a lot of damage from Soul here, though Soul himself maybe walking too far forward. Has to use Purify to not be caught by Rippo.
4 seconds until we see the next turtle spawn here, and majority of the Homeboys are rotating for it to zone them off. And unfortunately for RSGMY, this purple buff is always going to be contested.
Crush already on top of it while Amal is working on the turtle, though it is taking a while, so I think Ilham probably still got... No, he actually didn't get the purple.
No, it's about to spawn here, but they have a timing on their spawn. So every single time it's about to spawn, you can expect the Homeboys to just be sitting there, standing there menacingly.
But surprisingly, right now, not doing that. Instead, gonna respawn to the side lanes and make sure that RSG doesn't get any more buildings from split push.
Oh, okay. That's a bit surprising. Definitely thought the Homeboys want to negate the effectiveness of Ilham here because he's already caught up to Amal. He used to be a level down, and then he actually overtook him for a little bit. Ilham overtook the EXP lead against Amal roughly, I would say, like 5-6 minutes into the game.
Yep, I think you would be correct to assume that. We're almost 8 minutes in. Stone gonna spot it in the river. The flicker ejector onto Maima! Throws him back into the jaws of Amal. Stone uses flicker, get away from the glorious pathway, but he is still very, very low, and Izanami going to whack him to death.
They're going to keep on trying to force this underneath their turret though, but on the opposite side of the map, their tier 2s are about to collapse as Nolan has been pushing this entire time. Homeboys finally get a good chunk, but Ilham takes a bit of a nibble before he leaves.
As long as RSG is still able to get some nibbles in return, they are not totally losing out, but Homeboys is slowly getting more and more advantage. There needs to be a more decisive victory from RSG. They use the conceal, but Glorious Pathway. Oh, Crush actually trapped behind the wall. So RSG doesn't quite have enough burst damage, and now the real one manipulation comes out. Meanwhile, Amal on top of Ilham chases him away. Infernal Pursuit being used by Ribbo. He finally finishes off Crush, but he trades himself for it. Not sure if it's worth it as Storm gets the wall charge, knocks up 2. Zaman Force used by Bunny, ejector to stop his advance, and Homeboys walk away.
All right. 2.7k lead on their side. Crush and Rippo trading 1 for 1. Honestly, it's pretty good for Crush because he's got the level lead onto Rippo as at this point of time. Now, with the Lord spawning, this could be huge for RSG MY if they want to keep this competitive against the Homeboys.
Can they contest this though? They already used a lot of their resources in the last fight, and Homeboys are blitzing it down. They know the timing, they know the cooldowns. Free Lord going over to red side.
Nicely done by the Homeboys. RSG MY haven't been making too many proactive plays. They've just been reacting to the Homeboys. And I think right now, what they need to see is an RWM come out from Izanami, maybe an unstoppable force from Mal, because that gives the green light for Stoa to look for the play.
What charge? Just whiffs completely. Mal gonna feel pretty good about that one as Ilham tries to see if he can burst someone down, but he's already behind.
That's crazy. I mean, they're gonna get zoned off. I mean, Crush is gonna get zoned off here. But RSG, I don't think they're getting stat checked just yet. I think their power spike is almost there, and maybe they can hold off against the Homeboys for now. But now that Lord is pushing in, if they lose out an inhibitor, I think Homeboys have set themselves up for victory.
A lot of pressure going to be on Bunny right now. He hasn't died yet, so his farm should still be alright, albeit definitely behind Soul. If RSG can buy enough space in their base defense for him to do some damage, then they can maybe still hold off the Homeboys for a little longer. But that's hard to say.
Yeah, I can't even say for certain that will happen. But let's start first with this Lord push. Conceal?
Yeah, bottom inhib, conceal use, Glorious Pathway, real world manipulation. Gonna be used all to zone out RSG from the bot inhib. Homeboys get it very easily and will just disengage.
They might be looking for one more here, but all the magic barriers have collapsed on every single one of these lanes. Homeboys just looking to try and set up a checkmate angle. They don't have the gold for it, but they're halfway there. There's still a missing inhibitor on RSG MY side. Unfortunately, it's on the short side of the lane because Lord is spawning up bot side.
Things are looking pretty dire now for RSG. Their draft is not the best in terms of late game scaling either. Soul just performs better at that stage, so mid game is where they really wanted to gain an advantage, and right now Homeboys are the ones in the lead.
As they continue to just freeze out these waves, waiting for RSG MY to walk up further than they should to maybe look for a punish. Because I don't think RSG MY want to give any free kills over.
They really cannot afford to. We have to remember, 1 point from RSG. They need at least 1 win to keep their hopes of staying to the next season of MPL MY alive. And Homeboys right now aiming to take that hope away.
Could they? How would they turn this around? I'm thinking of some items. Oh wait, hold on. Rippo is going for an interesting sustain build here. He's going into the pure fighter. He's not taking full advantage of Thunderbelt actually scaling off of MR and as well as armor. Kind of interesting why he wanted this. He already has Festival of Blood.
Mal jumps in with ejector, forces wild charge defensively out of Stove. Another key cooldown not available for RSG.
Well, they're still juggling around though, but Ilham can get this.
His timing was not bad actually, but Amal being a little cleaner with that.
Both unable to get the retrees off in that time. This is going to be a quick rush down for the Homeboys here as Crush maintains that front.
Crush really doing a good job this game of solo holding back RSG MY. Wasn't too sure if the Hylos EXP would work too well considering Phoveus does win the 1v1, but Crush proving himself more valuable.
And if Crush is going to continue showing his value, he needs to start slowing down his targets. So far, Maima only caught 3 times this game, and that's when you see RSG MY really struggle when they don't have their anchor to fall back to. In terms of damage dealt, Izanami still on top with Maima catching up quickly, but doesn't have the items to compensate for the last 5,000 damage behind Izanami. He is behind Izanami. But with now Illumina's Lord, This could be it. I don't think it's a checkmate angle. I think it's very defendable by RSG MY, but they need to bait out the RWM.
They need clean play. They gotta time it. Because if Homeboys have all of their resources when the Lord is on top of the crystal, RSG, their legacy could end here.
They dance around for a little bit. We're expecting the engage to come on through, but first, Guardian's Barrier from Storm. Not going to get thrown out just yet.
Yep, Homeboy still focusing on the rest of the inhibitors. Glorious pathway to cut off RSG while they deal with the Lord on their crystal. Mid inhibitor is already gone. Maul jumps in, not able to find the throw though. But Soul doing so much damage. Izanami finishes off Storm. Real Completion already used as Amal secures a killing spree onto Rippo. Crush still alive after everything. Zaman Force used. Buddy finally takes him out. But the crystal is exposed and the Homeboys are not gonna let this chance go.